Hello and welcome to the Healing Codes podcast. I'm Julie Williams, sending you healing activations and inspirations for health and well-being. Today's episode is the fourth in the Path of Healing series, a 10-step guided journey for personal and professional growth. In the previous episodes, I've talked about preparation, support, detoxification, and now we are at the release phase of the journey. With a clear intention, a solid self-care practice, and streamlining your energy by releasing things that do not belong to you, we are now in a great position to identify the source of the issue that is wanting to be released. Today's episode will give you important information on how to let go of the old to make room for the new in a skillful, supporting, and loving way. You will be guided to understand where your resistance to change comes from and how to counter this with surrender, gratitude, and empowerment. Letting go of the old can be one of life's biggest challenges, especially when it comes to the personal growth path. This is because we are designed to stay with the familiar rather than stepping into the unknown. What we know becomes comfortable, and when we've been living it for a good few decades, that comfort factor can create anxiety when we think of making a change. Our inner risk assessor takes charge and determines the risk is too great to give up everything we know and have lived and our ego is attached to. This is why letting go and releasing can be one of our greatest challenges, yet brings the greatest rewards when done well. Our human brain is also naturally wired to resist losing something that is important to us. This sounds like a great plan, to have an inner knowing that keeps intact the things that we value most, right? Unless the thing we value is coming from something we no longer need and is no longer serving a positive purpose, and has become something that we thought was important, but is now causing an issue. These are mainly based on our safety and belonging patterns that are stored in our deeply primal subconscious mind, and were established to keep a much younger version of us safe and belonging. These become beliefs that are stored in our brains within the first few years of life, becoming a foundation for our experience throughout childhood development. For example, maybe not being seen or heard as a child kept you safe, but now as an adult, feeling like you need to stay hidden holds you back from living a happy and fulfilled life. Somewhere along the way, the safety element fell away and now instead creates anxiety when you are not seen and heard. In short, a pattern that keeps us safe in childhood can have the opposite effect of fear now that we are adults. In NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming terms, we call these limiting beliefs that support a false identity structure. NLP gives us a map to navigate this territory to preserve the benefits while changing the action or reaction. For example, to find another way to be safe without having to be hidden or silent, but instead by being open, connected, and fully seen, your safety is guaranteed. This is one of the most powerful tools in the NLP toolbox, and one that has personally served me well and every client who has ever worked with me. The secret to letting go is to recognize and have deep gratitude for the resources and values that you have gained throughout the experience. For example, what has being hidden away or not seen taught you? to create a safe space within yourself, to let go of external expectations, to trust your own inner wisdom, and to find greater stillness within. When you are able to recognize the strengths gained from the limiting beliefs and resulting false identity structures, then you are able to open your heart to gratitude, compassion, and equanimity that creates the energy for true, complete, and empowering letting go. If we let go from a place of exclusion, rejection, anger, or resentment, then this will yield only temporary outcomes. Like the saying goes, what we resist persists. When we try to push something away, we create an energetic gradient that will have it land at our feet again and again and again. This is so that we get another opportunity at letting go from a place of gratitude, strength, and empowerment. Once the positive gains have been identified in the old way of being, this creates the energetic foundation for the new way to be built upon. When in the letting go, we create a space for the new to emerge. Life is a continuum of learning, and by reflecting on what we are releasing, to see it in a positive light of what we have learned and how we have grown, then we free up our entire body matrix from having to carry anything that no longer serves our greatest good, and be open to welcome in and receive all that does. The deeper the childhood patterns go associated with these things that we're releasing, and the denser the energy has accumulated around it over a lifetime, the more deeply rooted it will be in our subconscious mind. These are the seeds of the original imprints from childhood that you still react to today. So it takes skill, time, and objective guidance to navigate the deepest of these territories, but it is an exciting step on the healing path. When we release, we let go of what doesn't serve us any longer, while preserving what does, and has served to create a more stable, skillful, and knowledgeable foundation to grow upon. As you release, keeping the bigger picture of the healing path in sight can help to not get too bogged down by the depths of it. This is where self-care becomes essential, to bring in your tools to help weather the storm that can pass through the entire body matrix on all levels of being: physical, energetic, emotional, ancestral, and spiritual. So taking time in nature, meditating, doing yoga, singing, dancing, creating, expressing your passions in life, all of the things that you identified in step 2 of this path, which is episode 67 or second in the series here, then you can ride the wave of the previous detoxify step, which is episode 68, number 3 in this series, where you let go of any burden that you have carried for others. This allows what you need to release and let go of to be a smaller package and truer to your heart, where you are now able to let go of what no longer serves you as a gift to your future self, who will soon reap the rewards of the courage, wisdom, and empowerment that you embody now in this moment as you let go and release with love, appreciation, and joy, which will prepare you to fully embrace the next step in the healing path, transformation, which I will cover in the next episode. So I'll now take you through an exercise to help you understand more clearly what you are most ready to let go of, and to appreciate how it has served you so far in life, so that you can make a fully self-empowered choice for the good that should be preserved as a gift to your present and future selves. Begin by thinking of the issue that you are walking this healing path with. Perhaps the one you established in the first episode of this series, or episode 66, Preparation. On a piece of paper, draw a line down the center and label the left side of the paper cons and the right side of the paper pros. Now fill in this pro and con list in the following way. Start with the cons of the experience associated with what you wish to release or let go of. For each of these cons, come up with at least, preferably more, pros in the form of what this has taught you, given you, or allowed you to grow into. Add these things to the pro list on the right side of the paper. Keep going with this until you have generated more pros than cons. It may take time or the reflection of a trusted friend, colleague, or therapist to assist you. But stick with this as you bring love, appreciation, excitement, and honor to who you are today and the past that has shaped you. Meditate on all of the pros on your list. Embody these resources, learnings, and deep gratitudes. And ask yourself, how can you create these things in your life in a new, grounded, safe, and fun way? Call in your creative parts if you need some help with some ideas. And make the commitment to yourself out of a place of deep self-love for your present and future selves to try out these new ways of being, to support these new resources, growths, and truths that you have gained from what you are releasing and letting go of, so that you can be supported on all levels of being for a healthier and happier you. Thank you for listening today. It was an honor to hold space for you. If you'd like to learn more about me and my work, including my upcoming Family Constellation Facilitator training and workshops and one-to-one sessions and other offerings, please visit my website, www.consciousness-medicine.com, where you can also sign up for my free e-newsletter, download free product, and stay connected on social media from the links on the homepage. Follow this podcast on your favorite player to be notified of all the upcoming episodes in this Healing Path series, where next week I'll be covering the fundamentals and magic of transformation.